Okay, right, so we're going to do mounting today. I've got a few pet peeves about mounting, so it's one of the reasons I'm doing it. The other reason I'm doing it is because I keep getting requested to do one where I'm actually mounting the horse rather than just teaching them to park at the mounting block. So there's a few different stages to this. Obviously, you need to go and have a look at drawing the hindquarters towards you and then using that at the mounting block. Secondly, you've got to make sure your horse is comfortable in tack beforehand. And then finally, it's we'll be moving on to this part. Okay, so again, I want to make mounting about communication, so I've got to use the tools I've built to get him to park. So that means I'm not going to walk him to the mounting block where I want him, because then he doesn't get the opportunity to do that and offer it to me. It's what I'm actually going to do is just walk up and then use, you're not demonstrating the tool. Okay, so he's not going to park because he knows what the parking really does for them is it gets them to present their back to you. So when I click and feed for this, he goes, this is baby stuff, I don't do this anymore. Okay, is I want to be able to feed there, and I want to be able to feed on this side. No, don't want it. All right. Okay, so some of my pet peeves. I don't want to hold the reins. They need to be short enough that if the horse goes to walk away, I can help them find the right answer. But long enough that I'm not confusing them and making them think that they've got to back up or move. Okay. The second thing is I'm going to want my left hand on the withers and my right hand on the front of the saddle. Okay, it's really important that everything's at the front of the saddle. If you've ever had a horse with a weak or sensitive back and you put your hand there, you know exactly what's going to happen. It's going to bronc with you. Okay, the final thing about mounting is this. So I face the way the horse is going. I put my foot in facing the way the horse is going, and then I stand up over the right shoulder and swing my leg over. Yes. Okay, the reason we do it like this is because it pulls a lot less on the horse's back. It means that you don't spend as much time in the air. And it means that you can mount smoothly. Okay, I'm going to just ask him for a neutral here by lifting the bit up in the corner of his mouth. Brilliant. So as you can see, he's not going to walk away. He's going to start offering me other things instead. There we go. Okay, so when I come back off, it's fine. The way I build up to this, first of all, so obviously I want to lean across his back. I want to be able to touch his bum. I want to put my leg up like this, all without him moving, all without holding him. All of those things I'm going to build up slowly. Okay. Good boy. Okay. Then I'm going to start putting my foot in the mount into the stirrup and just weighting it slightly. Okay. I really don't have a lot of weight in there. It's just the weight of my relaxed foot. Okay. I'm then going to push down slightly. You can see my hands are still at the front of the saddle, not in the middle of the saddle and not at the back of the saddle. Okay. Because the second I put pressure on the weakest part of the back, the horse is going to want to move. Okay. And I take it away and put it in and take it away. Okay, then obviously I'm going to stand up like this. See how I've got my hip right over the horse, right? What I really want is to try and have my weight as evenly as possible and then step off. Once I'm at that stage, I can then swing a leg over. And so when I swing a leg over, same thing. Is it's forward, I step into the horse, facing the same way as the horse, and then my leg comes over. One of the big problems that I see and why a lot of horses get fidgety around the mounting block is because a lot of people mount like this. Now, two things are going to happen, okay, when you mount like this. One thing is I have to get my weight from here to there and turn. So what I end up doing is leaning all my weight on the back, and you can see he doesn't much like that. The other thing that I do is it takes me longer to get from here to there. If I'm already here at the front of the saddle, okay, I'm already on the horse by the time I've stepped up. Whereas if I'm facing head on to the horse, good boy, he's going to have a lot more pressure on his back for a long time. Now, obviously we do everything from both sides, okay, and one of the other things is this, is if you have a mounting block big enough, the nicest thing for the horse's back is to slide the leg over and slide straight on and not to pull on the back at all. That is the nicest thing for a horse, but obviously not all mounting blocks are big enough and not all horses are small enough to do that. So getting them used to having some weight, but reducing that weight as much as possible, I think is a healthy balance on the way forward. Again, we're going to do it from both sides. And in youngsters, obviously I do it from the floor as well, in case they ever have to be mounted from the floor. But if we've got our parking really good, it doesn't matter where you are, you can find something to walk up and park so that you don't have to push hard down on one stirrup, repeatedly pushing on that left side of the back, which is obviously why we started using mounting blocks, was to try and reduce that pressure. Okay, so that's mounting.